Fall in the deep pit.
What's going on, bitches and hoes? I'm Chris Kentucky.
I'm Uncle Bill.
Guess what we're gonna go see today?
Making shitty movies.
Howdy, old folks. I'm the Creep Kentucky.
I'm Uncle Bill.
I'm Mike.
What we're doing here is we're all going to go check out the new Indiana Jones movie, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of Crystal Skulls. And it's going to be a short, on-the-road pre-segment because it only takes about maybe 2 or 3 minutes to get the Strand.
That's if I don't get lost when you're in the Strand.
You won't get lost. So I was going to ask you, Mike, this is the first time in how many years that you've been to the movie in the theater that wasn't X-rated?
Oh man, I ain't never been to an X-rated movie. Don't tell that.
Well, I'm just, when was the last time you were at the theater?
I go to stuff like Passion of the Christ and stuff like that. I don't go nowhere. When the last time I was in
Passion of the Dongs, maybe.
He does everything, gets in the way.
So yeah, I mean, this movie's actually, I think it's received mixed reviews overall.
I hear
Do you think it's going to be a shitter?
Well, now boys, it costs a lot of money to go to the movie.
Yeah, it costs an extra $1.50 to go down here, so it better be.
The extra $1.50 to go to the movie right here.
Oh, do you want to see the luxurious Strand Theater?
Check out the
We've probably shown this before.
Where are we parking?
Oh, God.
They might not be to show it tonight, just for us.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about earlier that's a good reason to go to these shows. Because there's never anybody here.
Oh, watch out. Somebody stole a computer right here.
Somebody robbed the bank.
Oh, shit.
There you go. We'll go over and park right in this spot.
So, a final thought from Uncle Bill before we go.
That's about it, but I'll do about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's going to be shit. That's what I really think. But at least it's got Karen Allen in it.
Yeah. Mike, do you know who Karen Allen is?
Some woman.
Legend says that a crystal skull was stolen from a mythical lost city in the Amazon, supposedly built out of solid gold, guarded by the living dead. Whoever returns the skull to the city temple will be given control over its power.
Jones.
This is incredible. Unreal. Don't touch anything.
We just so
done fucking around.
Yeah.
Well, good. Let's do a review of the damn thing. Oh, here's the deal. Here's what happened. We went down to the Strand Twin
Strand Theater, yeah.
with our good buddy Mike.
More for Mike?
Yeah.
Yes.
And we went to see Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Fuck Bucket.
We did, yeah.
Mm.
It's like the KFC fuck bucket, but it's crystal and it's more rare.
It channels the psychic power of the Colonel.
Yeah. So, before we get into the movie, let's talk about the Strand Theater real quick. Because, you know, we did a bunch of stuff for the Dead Pit documentary, Into the Pit, the shocking story of us. And talked about how awesome the Strand was and stuff like that back in the day. But in the year 2008...
Well, it's basically the same. That's the problem. It hadn't changed any in 25, 26 years.
Yeah, a lot of people would think that would be a good thing. Well, in a lot of ways it is. You know, I mean, it's a good way to walk through your past pretty much because, you know, nothing's changed. But when you get to sitting down in the chairs, it's not too comfortable. I'll just say that. I was sitting there maybe about 20, 30 minutes. And up there at Pikeville, their seats aren't that comfortable either. But you can last at least a good hour before you get uncomfortable down.
See, that's how you can tell
Powell
about
Theater.
the quality of the seats in a place is how long it takes you to get the numb ass. If it takes you like under an hour, the seats are shitty. But
true.
you know, if you go over an hour, they're
And
actually
then,
good.
you know, you go in the bigger cities, you get those, you know, the stadium seating, which actually has really comfortable seats. They're like recliners.
Yep.
But we're not used to that around here. We're used to little, you know, crappy
Another thing though,
30-year-old seats.
about the Strand is that you mentioned this too, and it is true, is that the sound system in the Strand is horrible.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not even sure that shit was even in like surround sound.
If it was in 5.1 and they were using like the, you know, the home theater in a box units or something, you know, they have tons of speakers and stuff like that, but it just wasn't, I don't know, didn't sound right. It didn't sound like it was in 5.1 to me, or 6.1, 7.1, whatever they're using now. So, the movie though...
Before we get into the movie though, there's one other thing. The Strand fucking stinks. It has a smell that is completely unique to the Strand. I don't even know what it is. It's like
part
a
of
smell
it, part of it's
stale
shit.
popcorn and shit, and like cleaner. Like some kind of cleaning solvent.
The reason it is shit, and we'll talk about this, Prestonsburg's had a bad sewage problem for the last 10, 15 years, and they're trying to fix that right now. And downtown Prestonsburg, as soon as you drive through it, you get the stench of shit.
It's covered in shit, and they just can't see.
And the thing is, the Strand is right in the middle of downtown, so
it's
of course
the
you get the shit.
epicenter of the bile.
It is. So, I mean, that's the negative aspects. Now, the Strand, a lot of people in big cities are probably like, you guys should appreciate that. There's not a whole lot of theaters left like that. And that's true. There's not a whole lot of theaters left like that. But that's all we have. That's all we've ever had here in Prestonsburg. I don't know if they're ever going to build a better theater anywhere near here. I mean, the Pot one's okay, but even it's starting to get run down lately.
Yeah, but it's like a fucking marquee place compared to the Strand.
But, you know, the rising gas prices, stuff like that, you might as well just save your money.
$4 fucking a gallon.
And go down here when you can. And usually we can't. Like I was saying, this is the first time we've been to the Strand since the wonderful experience that was Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls, the fourth entry in the Indiana Jones series, which a lot of people were thinking it was always going to be a trilogy and they were never going to make any more.
Well, if you think about it, it would have made a lot more sense to end it on the Last Crusade, because he finds the Holy Grail in that, and then like he drinks out of it, and I thought he was immortal or something.
Yeah.
Anybody who drank out of it is supposed to become immortal.
Maybe that's true, because look at Harrison Ford. I mean, he
yeah.
I don't see too many 65, 66-year-old guys look like that. I mean, he doesn't look, he looks maybe 10, 15 years younger.
Yeah.
But the new one, a lot of people have been talking shit about this one. And I can you know, understand the CG aspect. Some of the CG I didn't think was too good in the movie. But overall, to me, it was just a throwback to the classic Indiana Jones trilogy that we all know and love. I mean, there's so much stuff in this that references the past 3 movies. I for one can't really understand why anyone would totally hate this movie. If you like the Indiana Jones franchise, you should have liked this movie, I think, or at least appreciated what they tried to do.
You know, something just dawned on me, and this doesn't make any sense at all now when I think about it. I'm almost fucking positive that in The Last Crusade, he gave his dad, Sean Connery, a drink from the grill because he got shot.
I know he poured some on his chest when he got shot.
Yeah, but he drank it too.
Yeah.
So why did he die then? Because in this movie he's dead.
Because he's not Jesus.
Yeah, but that's supposed to, if you drank from the cup, that's supposed to give you eternal life. That was the point of that movie.
The reason Sean Connery died is because he didn't want to come back and act anymore. So
that's right.
Now the other guy played Marcus. He really is dead, I think.
Yeah, he is.
I can't remember his name.
I can't either. He was a guy in Trading Places too, though, right?
Yeah, but he died. He was old.
Yeah, I mean, the action sets and sequences in this movie were fucking amazing. It never really stopped from the beginning of the film. Well, that's one thing I didn't like about it, though, is at the very beginning of it, you don't even know how they got to that place. They just kind of like show up in the back of this trunk, and it never really explains it. But, yeah, from then on, it's pretty much non-stop up until the very end, which I really thought was good. And the CG in the film, a lot of people were complaining about it, but I didn't notice it. I mean, to me, that's like the best CG. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that if you're talking about CG. I mean, CG I'm talking about when I'm talking about bad shit like in Mortuary and Diary of the Dead. I mean, that's bad CG.
Yeah. You know, I think it was too noticeably bad, aside from the alien stuff. Like the scene with Kate, is it Blanchett? Blanchett. And the alien where, like, the 13 crystal skulls all, like, form together and form into, like, this one alien. Like a real live alien. And you see the alien, and it just, to me, it looked like something from a computer program.
Have we even explained what this movie is about, though?
This movie is about an ancient crystal skull that has magical, mystical powers.
It is pretty convoluted plot, to say the least. Like, it's along the way. What was the guy's name that was played by Ian McKellen?
Ray Winstone, you mean?
Yeah, along the way, like, he finds the crystal.
That was Beowulf, by the way.
What?
He was Beowulf's voice.
Oh, what was it?
Ray Winstone, yeah.
I didn't know it. He finds, like, a crystal skull, and it drives him insane for some reason. And there's like a legend that if you find the crystal skull...
Oh, no, that wasn't... Who was that guy?
I'm talking about Ian McKellen, the guy that fucking...
Was that Ian McKellen?
Yeah, I think so. It's in Lord of the Rings, or not Lord of the Rings, but...
I kept thinking the other guy that kept...
Harry Potter and all that shit.
The other guy that kept, you know, going back and forth. He's a good guy and then he's a bad guy.
Oh, no, that guy, I have no idea.
That was Ray Winstone, so I'm talking about. Okay, I didn't even know it was Ian McKellen, but yeah, go ahead.
So... They find the crystal skull, which is like a huge alien-looking skull thing that has like a big elongated cranium on it.
It really does look like the alien skull.
It does, yeah.
I don't know how they got away with it.
They find that, and there's a legend that if they bring it back to the place where it originated from, they get like a wish to get anything that they want or something like that.
Yeah.
So one guy finds it, but he goes crazy, so he can't really tell anybody where to take it back to or anything. So Indiana Jones and this kid find out where to go back to take the skull back, and then it has some kind of ability to read minds or something like that. It never really fully explained what it did.
Yeah. See, the thing is about the crystal skulls is that's a real mythology, and it would probably help a lot if you knew the whole mythology behind the crystal skulls themselves, because this is, like all the stuff in Indiana Jones, all has some sort of historical, you know, significance, I guess. There's just stuff in fairy tales or, you know, whatever. It's just old urban folklore or whatever.
It's archaeological folklore.
It is.
So anyway, yeah, there's Russians after him, which are led by Kate Blanchett, which she's like one of the Stalin's lead paranormal investigators, and she's trying to find any kind of paranormal artifacts, and the skulls happen to be like the biggest one. And with it, I think she's going to be able to read people's minds and control their actions and stuff like that. most like
Kate
Russian like
Blanchett,
Boone.
though, in the movie is pretty funny. Because you could tell she just took this role and was just going to play like just a stereotypical evil Russian woman.
She's got that Russian accent that's kind of like Natasha from
That's
Rocky Boy.
That's what I kept thinking. Yeah, and their haircut and stuff.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Okay, Indiana Jones for the first time in nearly 20 years is out in theaters, and of course you have whiny assholes on the internet complaining about it. What the fuck else are you going to go watch, folks? Seriously. I didn't give a shit about going to see Iron Man. I'm not going to go see The Incredible Hulk. I probably won't go see the Batman movie. To me, this was the big movie to catch this year, and I thought it was pretty good. And I can't wait to actually watch it. Hopefully they'll release a Blu-ray of it so you can watch it in full sound and video quality and stuff.
I mean, I don't think it's as good as the first three.
No, but I mean,
it's not a bad movie.
I didn't really expect it to be, though. I think a lot of people were probably expecting it to be up there with the original trilogy, and you know, you're silly if you think that, because those movies, a lot of people our age grew up with those movies. Those movies could never be, you know, redone or made today, and we wouldn't like them as much. That's just the bottom line.
Sometimes, though, you need movies that are just non-stop action, carnage type of movies. I mean, that's what a summer blockbuster movie should be about anyway. If that was like I don't understand where people are criticizing this movie at, really. Yeah. Unless that's it. Unless it was because the story, there's not really that much of a story there, and the plot is kind of challenging, to say the least, but I mean, that's what those movies are based about. That's what they have to be.
Of course, Shia LaBeouf's in it, though.
That's true. I mean, that's always a mind. He didn't do that bad in it, though. I mean,
no, you know, he's a pretty good actor for someone of that age, I guess. But it's just, I guess, the Transformers thing, which we both sort of really didn't care for Transformers.
I mean, Michael Bay's not known for characters, so that's
and
direction.
I'm thinking the guy's getting a little bit overexposed, but you know. All I want to say is, though, is like, this is a fun movie to watch, and if you actually have a decent theater to go to see it, I'm sure it'd be even more fun. Unfortunately, all we have is the Strange Twin down here in Prestonsburg, but it was still a cool movie to see, even with the Strand's limitations when it comes to the sound and
you know what, though? I mean, Karen Allen's back in this one, too, by the way. She plays Marion from the Raiders of the Lost Ark from the first film.
She does!
The thing about her is, I mean, she didn't look... But listen, that movie was made, what, 83?
81, 82, something like that.
Yeah, so, I mean, God almighty, I mean, that's a long time ago. She's not going to look anywhere near as good as she did then. But I thought she held up pretty well. I mean, she's got to be around Harrison Ford's age. She has to be late 50s, early 60s anyway.
Probably.
So, she didn't have a lot to do in the film, though. I guess that's like a function of her not being around that much so long, or maybe they just wrote her in to have her in the film. They didn't really give her a job or something.
Who knows? But I think they didn't give her a whole lot to say, probably because she's not as active in acting, at least mainstream acting, as the other cast members. But see, the thing about this one is it tied the movie to the other movies as well. Like, there was actually a short glimpse at the beginning of the actual arc from Raiders of the Lost Ark, and then there's a lot of scenes that were similar to the past films and stuff like that. So it paid tribute to those past movies as well, and giving us a whole new, adventure in this movie.
So, in summary, you really should see it. If you've seen the other movies and you like the other movies, you probably will like this movie. I can't imagine that a majority of people won't like this movie if you're a fan of it. Yeah. It's just... It's not anything earth-shattering, but it's not a bad film at all.
Yeah, and what do you think? An action-adventure movie without a dumbass in like a fucking leotard or a, bodysuit.
That's true. Yeah, you don't get many films like that aren't superhero involved.
Yeah, so if you want to see a good action-adventure movie, if you're sick of the comic book shit like we are, we want to see something different, check out the new Indiana Jones movie, and be sure to check us out. We're from DEADPIT.com.
movie's killer, by the way. I want you everybody to know that. Go out and buy that.
Move that, Kelly. You give that back.